compliment. You look very natural. Get out of here.
I said
Seriously.
glow.
Oh,
glow. Hi, Miss Nan.
hey, Miss Nan, how are you?
Doesn't she look really nice this evening, Miss Nan?
Don't even listen. You look like you about to go to the AKA meeting, get introduced for the first time.
Listen, I'm very comfortable in my pearls.
And you're pink. Yes, you are.
Not pink. You're colorblind. You have on pink. This is salmon. Or, yeah, it's more salmon or peach or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. What family is that in? Oh, okay. So, anyway, Tasha.
Anyway. How are you?
How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad to be, on this side of glory.
Amen. All right. Who else do we have? Hey, Gangsta E. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Gail.
Hi, Gail. How are you? All right. So tonight's conversation is a bit of a timely one, right? And it got Tasha and I talking this week. And we went down the rabbit hole, but then we wanted to stop and stay part of the conversation for here, which is, why do I need to make you comfortable in order to be successful? And so part of that is inspiring this conversation are the Supreme Court judge nominations and interviews and all that's going on Capitol Hill. And you sound much better, Tasha. Yeah, Tasha was sounding like
Oh, that's right. I lost my voice. Completely forgot about that. Thank you.
So
the care package helped.
Yes, the care pack. Are we going? Lyric, what are we going to do?
I'm sorry.
I mean, seriously.
These are important things. Please keep going.
So, we have Ms. Ketanji Brown, who is going to be, I'm just going to claim it, the first African-American Supreme Court judge, female judge. But some of the questions that she's being answered are ridiculous. And I've seen, and you and I talked about the articles that are going around. It's like, Black women are not unfamiliar with this at all, right? Just having to kind of hold our tongue, hold our composure when the most asinine things are being thrown at us. Now tell me, what have you thought about these conversations?
I mean, I think it was to be expected, right? We are moving into spaces that are making people uncomfortable. And I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that there is no growth. It's uncomfortable, right? And so in order for us to grow, we have to be uncomfortable. But why do I have to make you comfortable? And that's just been the position that we've been in for so long. So for me, it was definitely expected. It's sad, but I'd like to see that there is some balance, right? There are some people that are kind and that are asking more moving questions, right? And allowing her to really show her strength. So,
yeah, I mean, what's frustrating to me, but I also see a lot of change happening, right? Is that I see Black people largely saying, I'm through making white people comfortable.
Yep,
I'm kind of over it. Like, you ain't got to like me. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you like my hair. I'm wearing my hair curly.
So listen, the company that I work for had an investor relations day today. And so the top leaders in the company did a roundtable, and mostly it's white men, right?
Yes.
There are, speckles of women, one woman of color. Everybody in the room had on blue, black, gray, right?
Yep.
The sister, darker than I am, had on a yellow suit, honey.
Yes.
Fly. She had on a yellow jacket, yellow pants, yellow pumps, her legs crossed, and she knew her line of business.
That's right.
She did not make any of those other people feel comfortable, right? It might have felt uncomfortable because she was shining bright with her yellow on, but she looked really good.
I mean, but that's the thing, right? So we have been taught that in order to get the job that we want, we've got to wear your Calvin Klein navy blue, black, gray. We have to have our hair straight in a certain way. We can't be too loud. We can't be too this. We can't be too. And even when we're not that, we have to be careful not to even give the idea that we might be, because the stereotype is already going to be taken. Right. I mean, so I remember one time.
Go ahead. The stereotype, right? An aggressive, black male, or the black woman with a chip on her shoulder, right?
Right. That she's angry, right? And I mean, I'll never forget one time I was working for a place, a major mistake was going on. I just said, "Hey guys, do you see this mistake?" Right? Not angry, not yelling, because listen, it's a mistake. At the television station, everyone, thousands of people can see this mistake that's live on the air. But listen, hey guys, do you see the mistake? And so there was a white male who came back and said, "I just yelled and ripped people's head off." What? I yelled and ripped people's head off? It wasn't even my show. It wasn't my mistake. I'm not yelling and ripping anyone's head off. My money wasn't on the line. My life wasn't on the line. Highly unlikely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My family was not in danger. Ripping someone's head off? No.
But now, do you feel like you ever what's the best word to use? I don't know, like shade a little bit to make other people feel comfortable, or so that you don't feel uncomfortable in a group?
Listen, I think Black women, particularly those who make a certain level of income and have a certain level of education, if they're in a relationship with a man, they have they have dimmed their light just a little bit.
Dimmed their light a little bit. So Gail says this is why we can't talk race, because the majority race is uncomfortable.
Right. Isn't that the whole issue around critical race theory?
Yeah.
Folks don't want to be uncomfortable about the topic.
I mean, but it's reality for us to move, right? And I think when we talked about this before, where we are in our world right now, right? The pendulum has swung so far to the left. It's like somebody's holding the door open. It's like everybody flood in before the door closes, because it is going to close, right?
Yeah.
And so we have to get as much through and get as many people in, right, before that door closes. So Crown Act this week or last week, right?
Last week, the Crown Act.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what the Crown Act is legislation that was passed that says African-American natural hairstyles cannot be discriminated against. So my curly hair, is here and can be accepted. And now that's not to say they still don't like it, but it's my naturally, okay, sort of, but
sort of natural.
Sort of naturally, right? It's my curly hair, right? But again, why do I have to change my hair to make you feel comfortable? Why do I have to change my speech to make you feel comfortable? Like, that's just a current, why do I have to accommodate your ego? Whoo, right?
That might be the next conversation.
Is that the next one? Your eyes jumped out.
Gail says, the closer I get to retirement, the shading got less. The closer I got to retirement, the shading got less, right? I get it, right? Because you're like, at this point, I don't care how you feel, right? But I do agree with you that earlier on in our careers, and when we're just making it to, the C-suite or the hall, right?
We're trying to get to the C-suite.
Trying to get to it.
I think that's why I respect and I appreciate entrepreneurship when done well, right? Because you can say, and I have so much respect for people who are successful, who are thriving, being authentically themselves. So you and I were at a conference, we were at a conference in Florida last week. Gosh, in Florida last week, right? And we were staying at a hotel where Coach Stormy had a whole conference called the Awakening Conference in Orlando. And at first I was like, well, what? Because, she has a very progressive look.
Progressive what?
Progressive look? Is that what we would say?
Progressive? I don't think progressive is the word that I would use.
What's the words you would say?
Different from me. Because progressive leads me to believe that, there's something I might want to progress to. It's not.
Well, let me say this, okay? So she was a woman, and I'll just say one of the pictures that was posted up big in a hotel was like of her sucking on a lollipop and a bra top with eyelids on it, right? So I mean, she had her thing, but listen, she was apparently getting her money, and she had people coming to her conference starting at $3,000 a ticket, and they were coming through. The next level ticket was 7,000. The next level ticket was 15,000, and she didn't have a sponsor in sight.
I heard
she did it on her own.
That she came through Tony Robbins. So listen, the education that she got behind, right? And the point is, she didn't change who she was, and she still had a booming business, right? So there's something out there for everybody. Miss Nan says, "Why do I have to change anything?" Exactly.
Right. Why?
I think it's according to where you are in life, what business you're in, and how successful you want to be. Because there are times when you do have to dim your light a little bit in order to be strategic, right? In order to get to the table.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little.
Evangelist said she was always straightforward with her white coworkers, and she knew her job.
Yeah. So Gail says we conform to meet our goals. Yeah. But I think I respect people who are authentically themselves. And so whether that's, and you and I talked about this, whether that's a Rich Paul, who is a sports manager, who's LeBron's sports manager, and he didn't have a formal education, but boy, he is tearing the NBA up with his power. And they even tried to make a rule. It was called, they called it the Rich Paul rule. They tried to change the rules, so you had to go to a 4-year college in order to be an agent, right? And that was all just to keep him out the game. But he was like, and if you watch his special, he said, what they hate that I have, because they don't have it, is the culture.
Right.
They hate it, but so what? I love that energy. I'm trying to be on that energy all day. I can't even lie. I'm trying to be on that energy all day.
I mean, I do think the door has been open for us to not have to worry about others being uncomfortable, right? If you want to have the conversation, let's have the conversation. And I'm just going to be very straightforward with you, right? If you're uncomfortable, that's okay with me, right? There's a whole series. What's the guy's name? Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Gail says he had the best player in the world, but Gail, the best player in the world, also did it his way. He did it his way. He put all his friends on, right? He said
educated.
He made sure his boy was trained under them. And then he says, now you take it. Now, it was for him to win or lose with the opportunity. And he's clearly won. So no question he had the opportunity, but that's all we're ever saying is let's give me the opportunity, but why do I need to conform in order to be successful?
Right. Gail also says we have to conform to meet our goals. Sometimes. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we do have to conform to meet our goals, right? And then you get there and you can blow up the room, right? Because you've already proven yourself.
That and I think I would agree with that, right? Right. When you're trying to get there, but when you've proven yourself, right? And you've proven yourself and you still, like, at a certain point, there's a respect to me, right? Like, I was talking to my mom recently, and she was talking about how preparing one of my younger cousins for a career. Now, she was like, even though all the white guys are going to come in a t-shirt and shorts and sneakers, you can't do that.
Yeah, right.
You can't do it. You got to come maybe at a later point in your career when you've proven to them and then beyond the shadow of the doubt that you know what you know, but that ain't for you.
even in a field where you think it's not necessary. So, for example, research, you're in a laboratory, right? The conference that I actually went to and participated in.
Yeah.
You said we went to a conference.
We did go to a conference.
There's a panel, right? These are researchers, two black people, two white people. A gentleman in a nice gray suit, black lady, again, dark colored suit. Scan over to the white woman. She had on, some flowery shirt and some white pants and some like Birkenstocks
Ain't no way. Ain't
on
no
the
way.
same stage, right? How does that happen? How is that okay?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way we can do that.
They wouldn't have taken us seriously if we had on white pants and Birkenstocks.
No. But here's what I'll say. So Gangsta E says it's time out for being uncomfortable.
I agree. Now is our time. The door is open and we got to flood in.
Flood in.
Advantage of it.
Flood in. Make all the changes that we can.
Yep.
Yeah. But I listen, when you look at Ketanji Brown, you're like, oh, girl, I see you in that hair. I see you, girl. Now, it's very nice in a bob, but don't get it twisted.
She from Miami.
She's got the locks. And so I really hope, but she is personifying all that we go through. Like, if you've seen the memes, right? What if one of our friends put, she's holding all her baby hairs in place, trying to not cuss folk out.
Right. But she also personifies the American dream, right? As they put it. Because she's from public school. We all went to public school, right? And has made it because of what she wanted to do, right? She just made it up in her mind. This is what she wanted to do. She had some mentors in high school, right? That guided her along the way. Thank God for mentors. Thank you, Sharon. But American dream, right? Any of us could be there and do it. And so I think it's important to also share that message with our kids, right? Our kids need to see us being strong and I think pushing the envelope a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It's okay for other people to be uncomfortable because you're comfortable in your skin and who you are, right?
Absolutely. I had, talking about mentoring, I was mentoring today, and our conversation with the girls today, I mentor girls between the 3rd grade and the 5th grade, and it was about inner beauty and outer beauty.
Yeah.
And helping them understand what truly made a person beautiful. And so it was a very important talk because one little girl said she was bullied today and she was for a half hour because someone said she was ugly and she was slow and she was fat and she was dumb. And I said, absolutely not. None of that is true. Not, you know what I mean? And I affirmed her, right? You are beautiful. You are intelligent. You know you are. But these are the things that we get told. And so we dim our light. We try to conform. So we don't make anyone uncomfortable with our blackness. I am kind of over it though. I'm kind of.
And this is, probably going off on a tangent, but you shared something with me about mentoring the little girls, the Soul Train line with the camera thing. I forget what the award is called.
Oh, it's the Energy Star Award, and it's the paparazzi. We treat at the end of each class, a little girl, Energy Star Award. She's picked by another little girl, and they get a prize, which is really us playing a game. And the one they always choose is called paparazzi, which we just kind of who you wearing, you wouldn't believe the joy they get out of fake cameras.
But I think it's something that we all need as women, and so I'm tying this to what we do as accountability queens, right? Part of the things that we do is celebrate women, right? We celebrate the small steps that you've made, right? That you've done a step at all is encouraging, right? And then that momentum allows women to keep going, right? And so as women, I think we all need that. We all need that paparazzi line, and more women need to just continue to lift each other up. So that's what the AQ Partners is about.
Absolutely. Tasha, this has been a great conversation tonight. And listen, I think we kind of buried the lead Just in case some of you have not noticed, we've sort of changed names.
A little bit. A little bit.
A little bit.
We've been kind of, folding it in.
We are officially now the AQ partners. Now, there's still a little bit of us that is the AQ accountability queens, but we are officially now the AQ partners. You see our new logo up there at the top. You can now follow us on our socials. It's AQ Partners on Facebook, AQ Partners on Instagram. Our website is theaqpartners.com. But you can still go and check out our class, change the name. You go to bit.ly/AQ class. We'd love to see you there. It is an online course that you can take yourself, and we just support you in accountability. You can go at your own space, at your own rate, at your own time, but we'll be there with you.
Yeah. Ladies, thanks so much for joining tonight.
Yes.
Make them uncomfortable out there.
Make them uncomfortable. And yes, I know you like him. You were just making a point. But I just in case, that's a point that other people are going to try to make about Rich Paul. He got LeBron James. No, they all did it their way. And I like the way LeBron moves with the two. All righty. I'll talk to you later, girl.
Good night.
You look cute and pink, girl.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.